Alright, today what we're going to do, lesson 24, we're going to add and subtract fractions that have common denominators. So the first thing, let me grab my marker. The first thing that we're going to talk about is what is a common denominator. So if I write a fraction, let's say it's 1/8 and 5/8. First thing you have to know is what is the denominator. Denominator starts with a D and down starts with a D. So if you guys always write this to the side, denominator means the number that's down or on the bottom. So there's a denominator, there's a denominator. So do these two fractions have a common denominator? Common means the same. So 8 and 8 is the same. So these two fractions have common denominators, meaning that you can add and subtract them. What if I did 3/4? Well, the denominator is 4, which is different than 8. So you cannot add and subtract this fraction with these until you get an equivalent fraction for 3/4 that has an 8 on the bottom. So let's go ahead and go over some example problems. Alright, you have a pizza. 1, 2, 3 pieces have been eaten. The pizza is divided into 8s because there's 8 people in this family. So 3 of the pieces have already been eaten. Okay, so we have 2 pieces over here and 3 more pieces here. We'll call these the brown pieces and the black pieces. Okay? So how many 8s do we have left? We have 2 brown and 3 black. So how many 8s are brown? Well, 2 of them. So we have 2 8s. Right there. 1 8, 2 8. Then we have 3 that are black. 1, 2, 3. 3 8s. Okay, can we add those two problems? Well, do they have a common denominator? Well, this is the numerator, this is the denominator. The denominator is the same, so you can add them. So we're going to have 2 8s plus 3 8s is going to be equal to how many total 8s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 8s. Notice, the denominator, the common denominator, is not added. A lot of people will make this mistake. They'll say, this is the wrong way to do it. They'll say 2 8s plus 3 8s. 2 plus 3 is 5. That is correct so far. Then they'll say 8 plus 8 is 16. This is incorrect. Look back to the picture. How many 8s do we have? We have 1 8, 2 8, 3 8, 4 8, 5 8s. So, notice, the numerator we add together, the denominator stays the same. This is only true when you're adding and subtracting fractions. When you multiply and divide fractions, there's a different set of rules. Don't mix up the rules. So when you're adding and subtracting fractions, the denominator stays the same. Maybe we can talk in class about a way to remember that. Alright, let's talk about subtraction. So now we know that we have 5 8s. Let's say the black pieces are now eaten. What mathematical symbol represents something that disappears or is no longer there? If you said subtraction, that is what is happening. Stuff is disappearing. So we used to have 5 8s. Okay. How many did I erase? Well, there were 3 black pieces, so we are getting rid of 3 pieces of pizza that I had colored black. Black pizza, that would be burnt. That would be kind of gross. That would probably be the last to be eaten. Anyway, so we're going to subtract these because they are being eaten. Same thing. The two numerators are subject to, just like if you're subtracting numbers. 5 minus 3 is 2. And then the 8s are not subtracted. They stay the same. That's the common denominator. Common means the same, so these stay the same. which makes sense. If you have 5/8 of a piece of pizza, you eat 3 of them, you have 1, 2 left. You have 2/8 left. So that's probably my children. Israel and Saki, you guys right now, when you're 6 and 4, you eat really slow. So everyone else would have eaten their food, and you two would still have your piece of pizza to eat. Maybe you'll start eating faster. Alright, let's do a couple more example problems. Example number 1. So let's say you have 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. How many fourths do you have? 1, 2, 3. So the answer to this is going to be 3 what? 3/4. Notice the rules. When we're adding and subtracting fractions, the numerator gets added and the denominator stays the same. Add the numerator, denominator stays the same. Let's do another problem. Okay, next problem. 1/2 plus 1/2. Numerator add, denominator stays the same. So 1 plus 1, 2, and the denominator stays the same. This is important. Whenever you have a fraction and it's the same thing on the top and bottom, you can reduce that or evaluate that and it will be 1. Anything. If there's anything that has the same thing on top and bottom of a fraction, answer is 1. This could be 3/3 equals 1. I'm going to get off on a tangent over here, so I'll make a little line to the side. 4/4. Guess what it equals? 1. Let's try x over x. You're right. Is it the same on top and bottom? And the answer is 1. What about 1,000 over 1,000? The answer is 1. Do you guys see the pattern? So 2/2 equals 1. Which would make sense, because 2 halves, say there's a pizza, 1/2 over here, 1/2 over here, 2 halves equals 1 pizza. Okay, let's do another problem. 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4. Okay, does it have a common denominator? Yes, so all we do is add that. Now we have 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Repeated addition, what is that known as? Multiplication. So 3 times 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 threes, is going to be 12. Or you can add them the slow way. 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12. Okay, so let's go ahead and reduce this. I'm running out of room here, but we can probably do it. You're going to hear me say this a lot. Top divided by bottom. Top divided by bottom. So when you have a fraction, you take the top, you divide it by bottom. 12 divided by 3, or 12 divided by 4 is 3. So your answer there is 3. Remember, circle your answers, because when a teacher comes to a piece of paper and there's math and numbers and drawings all over the place, the teacher wants to know exactly where the answer is. If I can't find the answer, then I might mark that problem wrong. So make sure you circle your answer. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, let's go ahead and, if you notice, I wrote the rules over here. Top divided by bottom. You're going to hear me say that 100,000 times. Maybe not that many. That's a lot of times. But you're going to hear me say this a lot. Top divided by bottom. And then this is our rule. You add and subtract the top, and the bottom stays the same. Okay, so let's use this rule. Add and subtract the top. 7 minus 2. So that's going to be 7/8 minus 2/8. You have 7 of them. You take away 2 of them. That's going to be 5/8. Okay? And then the bottom stays the same. So 7/8 minus 2/8 is 5/8. Okay, let's go ahead and do this last problem. Oh, and by the way, for this one, 5/8 over 5/8, you do not have to do top divided by bottom. Okay, that fraction is reduced. It's evaluated to its furthest form. Okay, so let's do this one. 1/2 minus 1/2. If you have a piece of pizza and there's only half left, you ate 1/2 last night and you have half left for the morning, and everyone knows cold pizza is like the best breakfast ever. Maybe not that, but some people think so. So you have 1/2 left, and you eat it for breakfast. 1/2 minus 1/2. Do you have any pizza left? No. So 1 minus 1 is 0. And then the bottom stays the same. So 0 over 2 is equal to 0. Okay, circle your answers. That looks like target there. Alright, so that makes sense. There's 0 pieces of pizza left. If you had 1/2 and you ate it, bang. Subtract, it's gone. Alright, so that's what we learned today. Adding and subtracting fractions that have common denominators. Remember, hey, that's our other rule. Denominator is down. I'm out of room. I need a bigger whiteboard. Alright, so the denominator is down. Alright, so hopefully that helps you with fractions. Have a good night.